degrees in Kansas City, Missouri. That's balmy for that weather. Let me tell you something, folks, but for the third consecutive year, Arrowhead plays host to the AFC Championship game. That notwithstanding, the number 2 seed Buffalo Bills aim to knock off the top seeded Kansas City Chiefs.
And good news, there is Patrick Mahomes on Friday announced that he completed all 5 steps of concussion protocol and is good to go for tonight's game. He's already 5-1 in the postseason.
And there's Josh Allen. He's been close to unstoppable this season, has had more offensive TDs, 46, than Bills had punts this year. That's a recipe for success.
There's Travis Kelce with a career-high 105 receptions this year. Remember, in Week 6, he had 2 red zone touchdowns against these Buffalo Bills.
Stephon Diggs, wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills, led the NFL in receptions, receiving yards, and how will Kansas City guard this guy today?
Hello, folks. I'm James Brown, and welcome to the NFL Today, presented by Ram Trucks. A Super Bowl berth is on the line today as the reigning champion Kansas City Chiefs look to defend their AFC crown. There's just one problem, folks, that they need to consider. A hungry and dangerous Buffalo Bills team stands in the way.
I hear all these stories about the early 90s.
Your Bills are going to the AFC Championship, Buffalo.
That's the goal, is to get the vibe like that back here.
The Chiefs host the AFC Championship game for the 3rd consecutive year.
The whole year you want to be in this game, and all of a sudden you're back where you want to be at.
Josh Allen, he looks awesome. Mahomes putting on a show.
We need more, we need more, we need more, we need more.
We are witnessing something special here. If y'all feeling me, say what's up. Touchdown. What a connection. Allen and Diggs. Let's go.
The Super Bowl is what everyone has on their mind, and we're rolling for it.
The AFC Championship matchup for the right to go to Super Bowl 55.
These are the moments that we work for right here.
Back here in Studio 43, I'm joined by my colleagues, esteemed all-Phil Sims, that is. Is that right, Sims? All right.
Something like that.
Hall of Famer Bill Cowher, Nate Burleson, and Boomer Esiason. A collective sigh of relief across Chiefs Kingdom after it was announced on Friday that Patrick Mahomes cleared concussion protocols.
That's right, JB. And the thing that I worry about today is not so much the concussion protocols, because he's going to be fine. I worry about his foot, and that takes away from his movement aspect of his game, which is so difficult to deal with. Both of these quarterbacks do such a great job of extending the game. So let's see how his foot reacts to the treatment that he received this week.
Well, somebody tell Josh Allen, there's no doubt. When you talk about him, we all say it. Their offense is all about him. Last week, good example against Baltimore. The first 19 plays were pass plays. And what can he do? He has size, arm strength. He's mobile, gets outside the pocket, full speed going to his left. Look at this throw to the sideline 2 weeks ago against Indianapolis in the playoff game. But one thing he's going to be ready for today is the blitz. Kansas City blitzes a lot. Josh Allen, one of the best in the NFL with touchdowns, completions, and yards against the blitz.
Yeah, and behind that blitz, behind those pressures, they play man. So who's one of the best receivers versus man? That's Stephon Diggs. Over 900 yards, over 60-plus catches. I mean, this dude is incredible. Listen, before the snap, they're going to use movement. And that means the ball's either going to Stephon Diggs or they're using him as a decoy. He's not just the go-to wide receiver. He's the escape plan when that quarterback, Josh Allen, can't escape the pocket.
I love that, because we think about the coaching matchup in this game. I'm just talking about Andy Reid versus Sean McDermott. How about Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator of the Kansas City Chiefs, versus Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator of the Buffalo Bills? These two guys have been mentored by 2 of the best head coaches in the National Football League. The head coaches that they are watching, they've developed and nurtured a winning culture. I was mentored by Marty Schottenheimer. I learned a lot watching him. And Pittsburgh Steelers gave me a chance. Those 2 guys, Eric Bieniemy and Leslie Frazier, are 2 good football coaches who deserve an opportunity to be a head coach in the National Football League.
Well stated, Coach Cowher. Bieniemy and Frazier, certainly 2 of the top coordinators in the league. And for more on them and other news from around the league, let's welcome in our NFL Today insider. That would be Jason Lockenfora.
Well, JB, Eric Bieniemy remains in the mix for the Houston Texans head coaching opening. Sources tell me he's prepared for a second interview with the team, likely to come this week. Some close to that situation think the Texans might ultimately prefer someone with previous head coaching experience. Leslie Frazier fits that description. He previously coached the Minnesota Vikings, and he, too, is preparing for a second interview with the Houston Texans, also likely to come early this week. No one's watching that situation more closely than Texans quarterback Deshaun Watson. Contrary to what you may have heard, he has not demanded a trade publicly or privately. The Texans hope their new coach could possibly build a bridge to that disgruntled quarterback. Matt Stafford, however, he will not be back in Detroit. He will be dealt, and boom, I would put the Indianapolis Colts right atop the list of teams ready to pounce.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you there, Jason. There's Taron Johnson. He had the play of the game last week against the Ravens, 101-yard interception return for a touchdown. What would he give for that play today against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs?
The NFL Today on CBS is presented by Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row.
Whatever it takes to make sure we're playing next week, all right? We are champions. Play like champions. Because your personal best will be enough. Let's go, man. Win on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Two young quarterbacks already proven to be among the best in football. A win for Josh Allen would catapult his name into another stratosphere, while a victory for Mahomes, folks, will add to a playoff resume that already stacks up with the game's all-time greats. And this will be the 3rd time these two franchises meet in the conference final. The first was way back in 1966. That was before Nate was born, right? That was the AFL Championship where Len Dawson led the Chiefs to victory, but Bills Mafia, hoping for a repeat of the last time Buffalo played for a conference title. That was back in 1993.
Get ready for the AFC Championship game. The Bills and the Chiefs from Rich Stadium in Orchard Park, New York.
It was our 4th championship in a row. They had Joe Montana and Marcus Allen. This is turning out to be one of those classic games of a lot of Hall of Famers, including our Hall of Fame coach, Marv Levy. Kansas City played a defense, and we felt like we can be very, very physical with them. We can run the ball on them. We can mash them down a little bit.
Here's a run by Thurman right up the middle and in for the touchdown.
I wasn't even getting touched until I was like 9 and 10 yards down the field. It would just turn out to be a remarkable day.
Here's Thurman running right. He's in for the touchdown.
I ran off the football field after being mobbed in the end zone, and I was like, you know what? Today was my day. Today was my day in the AFC Championship to get us to our 4th Super Bowl.
186 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. He has been sensational.
It felt really, really good. I felt young again.
Hey, Thurman, we'd all like to feel that way again, right? Hey, from Joe Montana and Jim Kelly to Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, both quarterbacks having MVP-type seasons this year. So the question is, what should we expect under center today?
Well, I think we expect great play. The fact that Patrick Mahomes is healthy is really going to help out, and he can move around. But look what they've done this year. Both offenses so identical. The points a game, yards per game, and then both had 40 touchdown throws. Now, Patrick Mahomes loves to move around if somebody's not wide open. This is week 15 against the New Orleans Saints. Nobody open. Look at the movement. He can't get out of the pocket to make the extra throw, so he throws it away. And the one thing that happens when he gets out of the pocket, Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, it's like they're connected, and they move right with him.
You're right about that. Let's not get it twisted. I mean, this offense is run by Patrick Mahomes, but it revolves around the playmakers. Like you said, Tyreek Hill, up against zone coverage, he's the best. Look for him to line up in the slot and just run to the other side of the field, basically outrunning that defender. And in between the hash marks, there's no better tight end in the business than Travis Kelce. Another guy you want to keep your eye on, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Yeah, the young rookie running back. He's back, baby. In week 6, when they beat the Bills, he had a $161. So they have their playmakers at their disposal.
Well, there's the playmaker right there, Josh Allen. We've been talking a lot about him. I want to talk about developing a quarterback. The last 3 years, he's gotten better every single year because of the consistency and the coaching. And then, of course, they made the great trade in the offseason to add Steph Diggs. Coach, what I say going into this game, if I'm Buffalo and I'm the offense coordinator, Brian Daboll, you have to try to run the ball. The Chiefs are not the Ravens.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Steve Spagnuolo knows that as well. As you're talking about taking away Stephon Diggs, and you're also going to take away the Josh Allen, who's their leading rusher and the leading thrower. And what do? I would blitz him, bring some pressure, fill up the lanes, and keep him in the pocket. Listen, Steve Spagnuolo has gone against Patrick Mahomes in practice every day. So Josh Allen is no different than anything else.
That's right.
Yeah, we have a couple of good coaches in this one. Both could be up for Coach of the Year. You have Sean McDermott and Andy Reid. McDermott spent 12 years under Reid, but today, the understudy, he aims to best his teacher.
The NFL Today is sponsored by Geico. You could save even more by bundling home and car insurance. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. And by Ram Trucks, Motor Trend's Truck of the Year for the 3rd year in a row.
Bills fever is getting higher in Buffalo. The city is finding new and interesting ways to engage with the fan base, including a Bills Mafia selfie challenge and the renaming of historic Allentown to Josh Allentown. Time now for Pregame HQ delivered by Domino's. You know, with so much attention given to Josh Allen and the Bills' offense this season, Buffalo's defense has flown under the radar. But after last week's dominant performance against the Ravens, including a pick 6 for the history books, this crew is ready for their time in the spotlight.
Felt like it was in slow motion.
I could read his eyes and see where he was going with the ball.
It almost seemed like it was too easy.
Intercepted!
I looked up, seen green grass, and decided to take it.
I didn't know he was that fast.
He's fast, turns fast.
He took off.
And he's still on the run. He may go all the way.
I wasn't thinking about anything but get to the end zone and score a touchdown.
Touchdown! Taron Johnson goes 102 yards.
That was a play that will go down in Bills history forever.
This place is going crazy.
This team, they're for real.
The Buffalo Bills are legit.
Jordan Poyer, safety.
Jerry Hughes, defensive end.
Taron Johnson, cornerback, Buffalo Bills.
Jordan Poyer forced the fumble.
The Bills' defense is special. It's just a resilient group of guys, man. Guys come to work every day, put their heads down grinding, don't care who gets the credit.
A swarming Buffalo D.
McDermott has built such a great hard-nosed team. We have a lot of dogs on the offensive side and defensive side.
This guy has been all over the field for the Buffalo Bills.
We all met back in June. You could kind of sense that something special was brewing at that time. So it's a lot of hard work that is put in with the guys.
I have no idea what Jerry Hughes had for breakfast, but he should do it every week.
We're relentless. We're nasty. We're doing everything we can to get that football because we want to find ways to flip the field, give it back to our offense, or score touchdowns.
He's going to score. Touchdown, Taron Johnson.
We're going to be playing hard, be playing fast, playing physical, playing Buffalo Bills style football, man. And, we're hungry, and we can't wait.
There is no stopping this Bills team. They're playing better than anybody in the NFL.
I'm excited for the AFC Championship just because of all the work we put in. All that sweat equity, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm excited not only to play for this team and my family, but definitely for the city. These fans deserve it. I'm happy that we get the opportunity to give them what they've been waiting for.
I don't even think I can put into words what it would be like for Bills fans if we were going to the Super Bowl. So let's get there first. But, it would be something special, man, and we're working extremely hard to get to that.
What a season for the Bills fans and for the entire city of Buffalo.
We always wanted to find a way to be a part of history. And when I first got here back in 2013, walking across this building and see, those AFC Championship banners hanging in a row, how great it would be to hang a Super Bowl banner in this building.
The Buffalo Bills advance to the AFC Championship game.
We want to finish the job.
Well, that's a great piece there. That Bills defense, they are really pumped up, ready for this game against Kansas City. Bill, the last 8 weeks, they have been on fire. Look what they've done. They lead the league in interceptions, points per game, second. Completion percentage, they are second. What are they doing that's turned this football team around on the defensive side?
Let's go back to the Week 6 matchup against the Kansas City Chiefs. I think one of the things you have to do with Patrick Mahomes, you have to set the edge and also have rush lanes inside. Because Patrick Mahomes would like to step up. He sees it right there. Mario Addison right there is going to shut that down. And then all of a sudden, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, these two safeties, they do a great job of disguise. The illusion of one thing and bring in another. You see him overload one side, then Taron Johnson comes, and you got Tre'Davious White out there, one of the best man-to-man cover guys in the National Football League. And then again, the show we saw, what we saw. But what you'll see is the big picture of this. The fake of the disguise right there of the blitz, which gives a little bit of hesitation. The safety sitting there. And Taron Johnson just baiting the quarterback to put the ball right in there. Zone defenses, the windows are small, and when you are coordinated like that, as the Buffalo Bills are, it almost looks like a man-to-man.
You know what I love about this defense? The fact they're willing to change and adapt every single week according to who they're playing.
You know, it's an experienced defense, a lot of veterans, and you know what? They play well at every level. And I'll tell you what, they'll show something different than they did in Week 6 against the Kansas City Chiefs. But I'm going to tell you one thing, JB. The Kansas City Chiefs have a lot of weapons. There'll be a big challenge for that Buffalo defense today.
No question about that, Coach. And what an incredible job Leslie Frazier has done, as you said earlier, with that unit. And, folks, they'll be vying for an opportunity to meet the new NFC champion. That will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Amazing. Tom Brady's going to his 10th Super Bowl, folks. And, man, what a game. What a first half he had. He's going to find Cameron Brate for a touchdown right here. And this is going to make it 28-10. A lot of questions about the way Matt LaFleur ended this game. Right here, Kevin King of the Green Bay Packers called for pass interference on a third down against Tyler Johnson. This play right here basically sealed the victory for Tampa Bay, and Matt LaFleur very frustrated. All I can tell you guys, Tom Brady did not have a great second half, threw 3 interceptions, but he's going back to his 10th Super Bowl.
That's right. As we're looking at the bracket, we know who's representing the NFC, Tom Brady and Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're obviously waiting on the next game, which is going to be great between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Tell you what, though, Tom Brady is glad that that Super Bowl is in Tampa, because that cold weather today, it really started to impact his arm and the way he's throwing the ball.
Hey, it's winding up the way he was looking forward to it. Hey, folks, 2 weeks from today, Tom Brady returns to, as the guys have indicated, a familiar stage as he and the Buccaneers look to claim the Lombardi Trophy in their home stadium, where they will meet the Chiefs or the Bills. Super Bowl 55 in Tampa on February 7th, right here on CBS. And this is what they play for. 22 inches tall, 7 pounds of sterling silver. Sounds like Nate wrote that one. The Vince Lombardi Trophy.
Oh, man, I've never had my hands on that. But listen, we have Tyrann Mathieu getting his guys going. The back-to-back All-Pro player talks the talk, and he walks the walk.
Our countdown to kickoff continues, and folks, we are just minutes away from this AFC title game at Arrowhead, where Patrick Mahomes has been outright dominant. Folks, he's 22-5 at home as a starter. Only one of those losses coming in the postseason.
We fly around, we make plays, we dominate.
Patrick Mahomes takes it in.
Out of this world.
It's just a walking touchdown machine. This quarterback has played at a level you just don't see.
Mahomes has been magnificent.
Touchdown! Kansas City in the making.
Yes, he has been their difference, and Mahomes is already one of the best postseason quarterbacks of all time. 14 touches through his first 6 playoff games. That puts him in rarefied air. The other guys on that list, check this out: Kurt Warner, Aaron Rodgers, and Joe Montana. Time now to deliver our picks with Game Day Delivery presented by Amazon.
Did you hear Boomer moaning when he saw those stats from Patrick Mahomes? Hey, listen, I hope I'm wrong here. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs 31-17 over Buffalo. And listen, if you're Buffalo, expect the unexpected. Andy Reid, Eric Bieniemy, Steve Spagnuolo, in big moments, they're willing to gamble and take chances. You got to be ready for that.
Don't apologize for taking the Kansas City Chiefs. So, you know what? I'm not going to apologize for taking the Buffalo Bills. Devin Singletary has over 100 total yards. And Isaiah McKenzie, yes, the Tyreek Hill of the Buffalo Bills, shows up big today. The Buffalo Bills and Buffalo Mafia, you're going to Tampa.
All right, well, listen, I'm going to go with the playmakers. The team that has the most playmakers, that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes, he's back in the lineup. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, he's going to ball out. He put up a $161 last time they faced this team. So I'm going with the Chiefs, 35-28.
You know what? I'm all about getting your popcorn ready, because this is going to be a great game. 2 of the great quarterbacks in our game today, 2 great young quarterbacks. One who's already arrived, one's on his way to come in there. I think it's 35-30, and I think it's the Chiefs. It's Arrowhead, and you know what? Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, and Super Bowl 55 sounds pretty good.
Yeah. You know, just by looking at you, I don't mean this, but I think you eat more than just popcorn. So.
You know what? You guys from the
two
fraternity
quarterbacks,
are fired up for this one.
These are our two quarterbacks right here. Look at these two knuckleheads right here.
Right about that.
But they're not happy unless they're unhappy, knocking each other. Hey, folks, we will see you back at halftime. The AFC Championship game is what day?
Next.